lurking in the dark, the demons and the devils that you harbor in your heart. My but light shines in the dark. You'll be cutting, is it worth the ultimate price? My light shines in the dark.
Boom, we're live. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Thank y'all for coming on and hanging out with me. I've got an interesting show planned tonight. So, tonight we're kind of going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a little bit more conspiracy related. It's been a minute since we kind of did one of these. We did it once on the Forum of the Forbidden, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Tom's nodding. So, yes, we technically have. But we didn't get to really get into like meat and potatoes of Tartaria, you know, which is like everybody's favorite like little conspiracy rabbit hole, right? Everybody loves Tartaria. It's pretty neat, mud floods and stuff, and free energy and Tesla stuff. You know, it's cool, it's fun. But yeah, and plus I also kind of made a bit of a promise to the co-host Ray, you know, because he's like, dude, let's do some conspiracy, and I'm like, for you, I'll do it. So speaking of the co-host for the lives. Let's get that dude up here. Ray, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, everyone? How is it going? How are you all? Welcome.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Better than I deserve, brother. You doing all right?
Yeah, well, hey, we all have our stuff, right? But yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Ominous, but yes, we do. Good call. Well, bro, real quick, before we get this started and get the guest up here, tell everybody who you are, what you do real quick, promote whatever you want to promote, and let's get it.
Okay, my name is Ray. I am the Kandahar giant guy, apparently. That's what everyone kind of knows me as. But yeah, my family kind of has a connection with the Giant of Kandahar story. And if you guys want, if you're interested, you can pick up my book on Amazon. It is The Encyclopedia of Conspiracy Theories, Volume 1. And unfortunately, Volume 2 has been banned. So now I am an American author with a banned book.
Yeah,
and you can't actually buy this. And I'll show you why real quick. And it's because of this chapter right here. Okay. And yeah, but yeah, that's Volume 2. You can't get it anymore. If you contact me directly, I can probably get it to you, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so that's who I am. I am Ray. Nice to meet you all.
Well, congratulations, man. We'll wear that as a badge of honor, right?
Congrats on being a Ray. Congrats.
Yeah,
man.
awesome. Good job. What's up?
Yeah.
Ooh, Joe's here. What up, Joe? Good to see you. All right, so next we got to get the guest. Now, this guest, awesome dude. I don't know if you guys know who he is or not. He's a little obscure. I don't know. This will be the first time having him on. We'll see if we like him or not. But welcome to the stage, Tom, what's up, buddy?
I don't know how
So-
obscure. Hi, Ray. I don't know how obscure I am. I mean, I got 1,600. I guess it is still obscurity when you only have 1,600
I was
subs
making a
on
joke.
YouTube. Yeah, but I am obscure nonetheless. Yeah. So my name is. I guess we're introducing. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. In case
my name
people don't know, because even though you come on all the time, just
Oh yeah.
for the
My name is
kids. For
Tom.
the kids.
Tom Franklin. I am the host of the Eye of Jupiter podcast. I do all things weird and mysterious, whether it be cryptids, UFOs, paranormal, conspiracies. I like to delve into, like the metaphysics of things and go deep down those type of rabbit holes. A little bit different than you fellas, but nonetheless, God is with us today, guys. So that's all good. And I'm happy to be here. Every Tuesday is a regular show. Every Friday I have my live at 5:45, and this weekend will be the same. So the next episode is going to be about a gentleman that I met here a couple years ago, and a lot of weird occurrences, including the Hat Man and something that grabbed him in his sleep while he was playing tag. Go check it out.
Ooh, very neat. Very neat. Awesome. Well,
You have to hear
with
the
all
story.
that
It's
being
weird.
said- yeah, I imagine. With that being said, Tom,
Yeah.
you the guest, bro. So what we doing?
Yeah, we you asked me, like, hey, you're being so kind and asked me to come on the show, and I was like, you're like, Tom, what do you want to talk about? I was like, let's talk about Tartaria. And you're like, it's great because Ray is into it. By the way, congratulations, Ray, on a book that has been condemned, which means you're closer to the truth than they want you to be. So congratulations on you. That means you found something.
Wow. Thank you. For the
Something
record,
good.
I'm not suicidal. So yeah.
No.
just throwing that out
No. No, it's just like
there. I don't even know if I
like,
can say that word. Can I say that
No.
word? Like,
Sewer slide,
sorry.
but yes.
yes,
Slewer slide.
I
That's what I'm
meant
saying.
super slider. I'm not a super slider, So
That works.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll take it all with a grain of salt. It's just that I was just thinking, like, if you look at that video, you can't say, if you look at the video of that racination or whatever you want to call it, you can't look at it and say, well, that's matches exactly with what they said. So congratulations to you. So today I was figuring I'd pull up something that has been I've been interested in quite a while, and that is the idea of Tartaria.
Mhm.
And what is Tartaria? It's kind of they would call it pseudoscience or pseudo archaeology or whatever word they want to go ahead and throw in there to make you not look. Remember, trust the science, guys. And I'm with you, Ray. Me and you we're gonna roll this cat. And so it. All right. What the hell was that? That was either consumed or subdued or whatever, along with like the with Genghis Khan and their acquisition from the Central Asian steppe, far east China and as far west as Hungary. And there's a lot of things surrounding it, like there's mud floods, there's the spires of cathedrals, what they think was pre Tesla type energy situations. If you look at some of the Capitol buildings that are here, that's some of the information that came from that time to this time. And it also might have something to do with the current state of the world when it comes to the Russian and Ukrainian war. It's like the West is still battling against this ancient empire known as Tartaria, because that's where Tartaria is now, basically all of Russia and a little bit more. So yeah.
Sounds right. I mean, it seems like everything's kind of just been building up to the point of just trying to erase everything from history, and the last little bastion, from what I understand, seems to be Russia. So
Yeah.
interesting how that works out.
But they're doing that with a lot of things, man. I mean, everything. Like if you look at the history just from 2 weeks ago. I mean, we're just talking about Ray's book. I'm just going to try to. I'm gonna pump your book up there, bro. Get it out there somehow. Is if you look at Ray's book, right, and you have different people with different points of view on something, most of the time it's written by the controlling power, whatever that may be, a governmental agency, a dictator, a ruler, some type of emperor, and it's always written by the victor. So if there's anything they don't want you to know about, whether it be crack scenes or anything out of the ordinary, and you look into it, they don't want you to do that. So therefore, it's always kind of written by people who want you to learn the things the way they want you to learn. And there's a lot of history of that. If you just look, I'm going to go ahead and share something, if you don't mind. If you look at something like, for example, share screen, let me find it. Look at something as odd as, say, the world. You seeing that?
Yep.
Okay, if you look at like the World's Fairs from the 1800s, this is World's Fairs, right? I think
fascinating subject, the World Fairs.
Yeah, dude. Like if you look at this picture right here, that is something that they built within a year's time, right?
They're trying to say that they erected it just for the World's Fair, and then and I'm a contractor by trade, so I hear this kind of thing, and I'm like, no, dude, there's no way. The amount of manpower you would have to have, plus the technology and the level of skill that you would have to have in such a short amount of time. It's like, how?
Yeah. And you have to, for example, if you're looking at this picture that I pulled up, this is the Chicago World's Fair of 1893. So you got to imagine the first car was created in Mannheim, Germany by Carl-Benz in 1895. So all this marble, all of this was horse-drawn to an area. They built it within a year, and they just take it down. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you would have all the building permits and everything that would just be completely impossible. But say if all that was aside, and they say, go ahead and build this, it's still, Ray, once again, this is still impossible to erect and build. I mean, they literally had like moats and like old Venice. So basically, it's like, this is what happened with Tartaria. Like, so Tartaria kind of subsided, and then to teach the world anew, because this was the big thing back then, they would erect these World's Fairs. And in these World's Fairs, thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands of people would come to them, and it would basically teach you history by taking you down the river and showing you, whoever they were trying to show you. It's really, I mean, if you just look at the scale and the scope of these places, like if you just look at that, and they made that within a year. I mean, we're not talking just like buildings. We're talking like incredible like landscaping and terraforming and it's fascinating.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I can't imagine like just I mean, in a year's time, like overhead alone, like I don't see how that's possible. Even with paper mache, like I don't buy it. You know what I mean?
That's the quandary, dude, that we're dealing with. That's the problem we're dealing with. I mean, okay, like for example, everyone knows the Eiffel Tower. That was built 1897, late 1800s, and it still stands to this day. Of course, it's been renovated and cleaned and all that, but that is a monumental structure. Even for now, if they say let's remake it, rivet by rivet, bolt by bolt. Yes, I think cast iron back then, but just to make that now would be an undertaking of like what? What would you guess, Ray? At least 5 years? At the very least.
At the very least, and more than that, let me just add. Let me just like elaborate and embellish like what you're saying. There's always some big money interest stepping forward and trying to like claim bragging rights, for groundbreaking ceremonies and like all this stuff. There was none of that with this. Like none of that. You know what I mean? There's no like, hey, JP Morgan or, like this guy, he put up the money for all of this and construction's going to begin on this date. And there's none of that. So that's another thing that like I thought about. I'm like, that stuff was already there. I mean, come on.
But to be fair though, how awesome would it be to see the Eiffel Tower like painted up like a NASCAR?
I mean, Ricky awesome. Bobby would be happy with it.
Bobby.
John C. Reilly would probably tweet about it.
Shake and bake, bro. Shake and bake. I mean, I'm all about it. I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I finally caught up on all my movie references. I didn't watch movies for about 10 years, and then since I've lived here, I've caught up on all of them. So yeah, Ricky Bobby is the man.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite movies, actually. I love that movie.
I can imagine. That makes sense. There's something to it. It's got that whole Alabama. Where are you coming from, Ray? What state are you in?
I'm right outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. I'm from Baltimore, man. Boom.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. Shit.
You're not that far.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those. I mean, there's the Chicago, there's Paris, there's multiple ones, and there's a lot of weirdness. Like when it comes to, like, for example, say San Francisco, for example, there is a whole underground network, like a catacombs of Paris kind of situation. But if you follow the history, you know, how long have we been here in this form since the late Plymouth? So it was at 1621. If I'm any good at history, and if you go all the way, if you have to transverse the entire continent, even if they came in from the west side, they'd have to build an entire city to build on top of an entire city. It's kind of an odd situation there. There's a lot of that. And if you look at let's see here, like if you look at, for example, some of these Capitol buildings that they built, let me find it for you guys. Hold on. You will see that they're extremely complex, but you'll also, like, they're all these marble designs. It's all like Roman style kind of, but maybe not. Some of the domes and things. But if you also look at things, you will see here, like in this little picture I already pulled up on the right, you see how it's like a dirt road?
Yeah.
So this is all drawn, like here's a horse with a carriage on it. Like they built these marble statues and all that within, like, I don't know how old these pictures are, but I imagine the 19th century, so 1800s, right? And so 1800, let's see, 1776. So within 100 years, they were able to build these, multiple of them. If you can go to like nowhere's Manhattan, Kansas, or Topeka, and you will see these massive buildings everywhere. But yet at the same time, you will see these dirt roads, and you will see, like, even with like the construction and stuff like that, it just seems, I don't know, how do you get all that there and build it in such a precise way in such a short time? It's just so many questions that I don't know how to even begin. I'm kind of like working this backwards, ain't I, Ray?
Well, I mean, it's like, where are the quarries? I mean, if it's all this marble, where are the quarries? There's no quarries.
Yeah.
It's like, where are they? You know, so what'd you do? You transported all this stuff from somewhere else? From where?
Yeah, I was watching this thing about the Olmecs. Being here in Mexico, I'm really interested in, like, you know, the Olmecs, Aztecs. Yeah. I'm here in Mayan country. My lady's Mayan. I've been on pyramids here, the whole nine. And yeah, bro, like the last one I went on is not really like even on a map. It's called Akanmul. That's what it's called. And it's like there's an old church nearby, and they actually took pieces of the pyramid to build the church. And it's pretty wild. And I went up there, and it's like, if you fly over, you won't see it, but it's there. It's in the middle of the jungle. There's so many things here that are yet to be discovered. I just found a new one recently. So with the Olmecs, they have these large heads, and even the smallest one. So it's like on the river delta area. They call them the Olmecs. They don't even know that's what they're called. There's like the oil people. That's not what they don't know. And there's these large, like, heads that are either like, how do you say, like, you know,
they're like
African
in the middle of the jungle, right?
Yeah,
they look like the Easter Island heads or something.
Easter Island,
like that.
yes.
I've seen them. Yeah, yes. I've seen them. And they're gigantic.
And they found a quarry in which they could come from, but they don't know how they got there, because they did the math of the weight of the smallest head, and they said, if we build a raft, how big would it be? For the you know, if you centered it on there and moved the raft down the river, how big would this raft be? But no matter which way they sliced it, the raft would be actually too wide for the river. So when it comes to things like, you know, America and the superpower, but you have to think, this is a long time ago. This is pre-electricity,
right?
You know, this is even DC electricity. So how are they building these large buildings in such a manner that, and they're also trying to, like, recreate something that is from like, you know, Greece and Rome and stuff like that. That's what it kind of looks like. But if you also look at some Tartarian type things, which are a little bit different, and when you think of Tartarian, like, architecture, you're thinking more like the spirals and the cathedrals of Europe, and those can be quite impressive. Let me see if I can grab it here. Yeah. And they actually look like Wycliffe. Some of them, you see that, like here on the right. So there's a theory going around that they actually had energy that they were shooting through, you know, all the world or all of their empire, and these cathedral towers or spires are like the remnants of it, or that they used to do it. It's just an idea. Once again, guys, this is all for entertainment purposes. But
Right.
nonetheless, just look at these things. Look at that. That's probably no. It's Italy. Oh wow, it's in Milan, Italy. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know.
Well,
Draw
India
your own,
as well,
draw your
those
own
temples.
conclusions. What was that, Ray?
Those temples in India as well. They are very
Right,
similar.
like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, they have like the funky Vamina looking spires on the top.
And what's the one in Cambodia? There's a large one there too.
Angkor Wat?
Angkor Wat also has kind of that. And they also there, it's really weird because like the water doesn't. The way they put the rocks, the water can't leak in because they're ever, the pyramids and everything involved. Excuse me, guys. I just had dinner not too long ago. There we go.
I heard that.
All right. Yeah. Whew. All right. Shit. I mean, I don't know how to promote much of this. I just can tell you, like, you can look at maps of it and you can look at Tartary. That's another word for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how large it was. And there's just, there's things that we should be looking into. And, just like anything, if, don't do your own science, don't look into it. We don't want you actually checking, but do it yourself, man. You hear that from everybody. If you're interested in these things, do it. I mean, in the worst case, it's fun. And in the worst case, you might find out something because, even now with all the things that are coming out, you're just like, which files again? I don't remember. I thought there was no files. There was, then there wasn't. And now Congress is voting on them.
That's crazy how that works.
I don't know how does that, there was or wasn't that a vote on it? Okay. All right. So
it was just a happy little accident, bro.
It's a little bit more than that. Who knows what all that means?
Not so happy.
We have a whole bunch of ideas of what that could mean, but it's basically look like one of those 90s like printers, just like all the way through, just lined everywhere. And so why would both sides sign on it? That's what gets me.
Probably because
one person didn't.
They're all,
in the house.
Well, to be fair, they're all like, "Oh, give us the dirt. We want to throw stuff at everybody."
Dog.
I mean,
it's just wagging the dog.
Wagging the dog. There you go.
It's wagging the dog, dude. They're just like, you guys want something. You didn't take the whole. So everyone was like, there is none. Get the hell out of here. And now they're like, no, we have it. But everyone signed off, and we're like, you guys should be fighting still about this. How is everyone signing on it at one time? But they don't exist. Anyhow, I'm rambling on. You guys go ahead and talk a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was gonna say like you
that'll be in volume 3.
Volume 3, you're covering Tartaria.
They're gonna come to they're gonna come to Philadelphia and take all the pencils, dude. You're completely screwed this time.
There you go.
You write books with pencils, I'm sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is like, it reminds me like when we briefly covered this a little bit on A Form of the Forbidden. Like I brought up the whole book that was from 1890 something. It was like Boy's Book of Inventions or something like that. It was like a multi-volume thing that they used to write way back in the day, and they were talking about the spires in this book and how everybody apparently was flying dirigibles, which is like a fancy way of saying like hot air balloons and zeppelins, and basically like refueling off of these things. I can't remember the name.
Mooring
of that
stations.
to save my life. Huh?
They're like little mooring docks.
Right. Yeah. They'd come, moor to it, charge up, and go back. It was all electric apparently back in 1890s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, what do they got? Like a giant fish tank full of electric eels pumping that stuff out? Like, how's that work? I don't know.
Apparently, that's a good way to get beyond the ice walls, is using the zeppelins and the hot air balloons and stuff. Yeah, without really having to worry about fuel all like that.
I bet it's cold over there. It's
so you think that's a real thing? It's the only one. It's one of the few ones I'm kind of like, nah.
Which part?
I don't.
We're not going to talk about
it.
But
I won't rule it out.
Yeah, I won't rule it out.
There's something funky going down in Antarctica. That's for sure.
True. That'll give you.
Yeah.
That'll give you.
Yeah.
Admiral.
I don't know what it is exactly. I have my theories. I've heard a lot of different things. I know there's a lot of weather experimentation stuff since the 50s, but There's some more stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. I give you that, but I don't know about. I mean,
I think there's some Kurt Russell type of stuff. That's where my mind goes as well.
Ooh, you talk about that '87 movie?
Yeah, not just that, but the Russian encounter in Vostok. But anyway,
yeah.
We won't start going into all
the monster in the monster in the sea down there. I got you. I'm with you.
The lake, the big lake,
the big lake down there. Yeah, yeah, dude.
What? I'm confused. I'm lost. What happened?
You can talk about that. You can talk about that, dude. Go ahead and tell them about that.
All right. That's quick recap is in Antarctica there were some Russian scientists. I don't know. I think it was during the Soviet Union. I think when the Soviet Union was around, and they went down there, and there was this clandestine mission to basically drill. I guess for like oil down there because they found a reserve. But then when they actually went. I guess they went down in there into the lake below the ice, and they found this super intelligent, like octopus type creature.
Yes,
It could it had mental, almost like telepathic powers, where it could interfere with the electrical signals of your brain and start projecting its own images in you. So like you would think something's there where it's not, and that's how it would like take you out. And there was a scientist who actually survived, and it's this crazy stuff that I heard back in like 2009 on YouTube, and I didn't know if anyone else heard about it. So that's kind of wild.
There's two incidents, right? Like one of them happened in Russia, and one was in Antarctica. It was Lake Vostok and Lake Baikal, and I can't remember which one is which. But
go ahead, Jim.
I know what you're talking about. Yes,
go ahead, Jim. Pulling up those references.
Yeah,
out of my brain, bro.
Baikal is up in North America. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, that's in Asia, Baikal. But
okay, so then it was
Vostok is down in Vostok is what the Russians called that lake in Antarctica.
Okay, I knew it was one of them. So
yeah,
I'm tracking. I'm tracking a little bit, just a little bit, but I'm tracking.
So one of the things that they say about Tartaria too is that they believe there's a giant mud flood, and what they say by that, which kind of supports the Bible, and not just the Bible, many other beliefs and religions and ancient texts that where which is kind of Moses and that situation. But you can find that in a lot of cities. Like if they do construction around these old buildings and dig around the foundations, you will see sometimes 2 to 3 floors below, like things that shouldn't exist. Because you have to understand, America being a newer type city. Excuse me, guys. I'm still working on this. I'm getting better at this. I can actually do it. You wouldn't think that you would see something like this. Maybe in like Europe. Like here's a good example here on the right. You can see literally here's the street level. This looks like somewhere's in maybe in Amsterdam, something like that. But there's many places like that. There's a few hard times. See, even right here, it pulled up the the fairs. And you'll see in a lot of these places, like down below, like these other structures that are weird. Mud flood in Omaha. Here's one. Check that out. Where like this is the level of the church, but down below, there's even more. It's weird. It's weird.
Right. Because we get reports like of people that like routinely go and like inspect these buildings and whatnot. They're like, we don't understand why there's like windows like to nothing. It's just dirt outside, right? And that's kind of like
half a door frame.
Exactly, half a door frame.
Yeah. Extremely odd. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to look at this and poo-poo it, but people love to be upset about things, and just let them be upset about things. And we are in this state of like. I believe that this whole, like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I believe that we've been basically under the influence of some type of power that wants us to think a certain way, whatever that may be, whatever it may be, abortion, whatever's that you don't either agree or don't agree with, right? And they had a monopoly of power for a very long time. But since the internet came out, I don't know if it was like some kind of white hat situation, meaning the good guys let this go through DARPA, or it was just they made a mistake and let the genie out, which is kind of leads to the dead end there theory. I remember I could find more information back in 2005 on Google than I can now. and a lot of things have been washed and stuff. But now they can't just be like, oh, yeah, what files? You know what I mean? They can't do
Right.
that no more. Or
Well,
it was
gaslighting is
this.
something that, they're going to try it. I mean, it's just going to happen.
Yeah, I always heard that word gaslighting. I still don't know what it means.
Gaslighting is a psychological tactic to make you think that something happened when it didn't actually happen. And it's just so that, you're trying to maintain the status quo and not
So
make
lying.
waves and stuff. Basically,
Yes.
trying to brainwash essentially is what it is. Gaslighting.
So
You're trying to make someone believe in a false version of reality that only benefits yourself.
Okay. There's also
and
like
it really is
straw
not
man.
in their best interest at all.
Right. There's also one called the straw man argument, which I call the scarecrow because that's what a straw man is. And that's like kind of like it's basically like trying to put the information on a shaky foundation kind of thing. Is that what that means?
I have heard that expression. I'm not quite sure.
No, I'm not. Yeah. And remember that one blew up too. Like that whole gaslighting thing blew up about 3-4 years ago. And it was just everywhere you've seen it. And I was just like, what is this new word? And you have to remember too, they use words because words are magic, guys. They really are.
Yep.
What do you do with
spelled.
words? You spell them. And they use grammar, which comes from grimoire, which is a book of spells. Right?
Correct.
I actually I've been teaching my, being a tutor, I teach my students that. And they go, oh, you spell? Is that what you guys call it?
Right.
In German, it's like you letter it. Okay, Buchstabe is letter and Buchstabieren is to spell. So in Spanish, it's the same way. It's like letra. I don't even know that word. It's like it's got word letter in it too. So they don't use spell and grammar. It's a different thing. So if they can put that under our nose, television, programming, like now they can't do that. But we're also drowning in information. It is literally 1984. It is literally we live in an Orwellian world. And this whole digital ID thing has got me really scared. They just shut down, I believe, 86 million bank accounts in Vietnam where they tried to implement the digital ID, and there was a big protest. Okay, yeah, really? Like the trucker protest in Canada there? We'll just go ahead and shut down your account. You don't agree with us? Because that's what they do. They don't force you to do anything, but what they do is take away everything that you're used to until you just go, okay, I give in. So look at things. Don't accept anything because the powers that be are trying to hold on to it tooth and nail right now. That's why the world is so crazy.
Right.
So, but don't give into that either. You have to find your center, your heart, and connect with God for real. And if you do that,
all
right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't agree more, bro. Can't agree more. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I ran pictures. I ran out of pictures.
Okay, so we're just freebasing at this point, right?
No, I never. I don't. What do you mean free basing or
balling?
Comanche? Comanche. Let's go with Comanche. I think that's what they call it, Comanche.
Okay.
I'm just spitting out words. I don't know.
Why would you say free basing? What are you, Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come at me, bro.
No.
Come at me, YouTube. Do something.
Oh man.
I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Anyways.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, please. You make it hard enough as it is. Ugh. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, no, it's a great point. And the interesting part about this all to me is like, realistically, like the origination of like the whole Tartary anyways, like that whole area of, the steppe, like that to me is just the most interesting part of it, because I mean, like, outside of just hordes of barbarians periodically throughout history coming through and conquering everything, you really don't expect much to come out of the steppe, because I mean, you got to remember, like, at least like in times of the Mongol, right? Like at the beginning of everything, these were people that were so poor that they literally took the skins of field mice and sewn them together to make their clothes, and then all of a sudden we have, all this grandeur that comes from it. It's kind of like one of those things, like, it's interesting and it's, I think one of the hangups that some people have, they're like, all this interesting stuff came from there. How, when yet this is what we know of the history. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about a lot of stuff. Just all the empires and things that go through there, and just all. I mean, if you go into like the the Muslim world, all the the Buddhist statues that are torn down, or the Hagia Sophia, which used to be a cathedral, used to be Constantinople, and now it's Istanbul, where they just go, no, that's always been that way, and you're like, no, dude, we know better, and these are things that we know. This is you can find on the the History Channel. So if the Turks can go through, which became Muslim later, and then can change a Christian cathedral, Orthodox, whatever it is, into now, no, it's a Muslim thing and it's always been that way. And we all know it not to be that way. What can they do about things? How would you know that the things they are teaching you are not real? You don't. Yeah. And we don't know anything. That's the thing. You remember when you guys were growing up, you always thought, when I get older, I'll be able to do what I want to do and I'll know some stuff. Yeah. I'm still waiting for that day.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't wait to grow up and be a big kid. It's gonna be awesome.
I enjoy it.
For sure.
Well,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh man, it's been it's one of those things, man. It's just one of those things where you're trying to find what's the right path in your life, and you're trying to, you can't put that's the thing. We think our foothold on information is how you build upon yourself to become a good person, or to have some type of projection into the future in which you think life is. But there is no footholds like that. There is no solid information in which you can like stand upon. The only place you can stand upon is the knowledge and information of knowing that it's not true, and to be constantly question authority, question the narrative. And that's why I'm down here to begin with. You guys know that. Well, maybe Ray doesn't know that, but I'm down here because I didn't want to take the shot. But they didn't call it that. That's what we call it when we grew up.
I did not know that. I had no idea.
That's why I gave up everything. I gave up everything, bro. I lost my wife. I lost everything. And I was living in Germany, and I gave it all up to come down here to the middle of nowhere. So if they try to lock me down again, it's like, okay, rubber meets the road this time. I got a place to go.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah,
good luck there in Mexico. But
yeah, there's money where your mouth is, and there's people who talk. So I did that, and I went back to, at the end of the month, eating hot dogs and scrambled eggs just to survive, to building to slowly build a foundation of an empire of a podcast, hopefully, amongst other things. But yeah, what do you mean down here in Mexico? We'll see what happens. You think, yeah, it's kind of messed up down here, but it's very, very corrupt. I know that firsthand. The policeman coming, wasn't me. I wasn't driving. It was my friend, his truck. And he was missing, like his registration wasn't there. Like, okay, either you can do this fine and all this paperwork, or you can just give me $10, it's 200 pesos. He kind of just slipped it to him, and then we just drove on down the road. And that happens all the time here. I know a guy, was kind of new, whatever. He works for the anti-corruption arm of the government here. One day went out with my lady and a couple friends, and they all had a couple drinks at the bar. He used a little bit over the limit. They tested him, and he works for the anti-corruption now, guys. Oh yeah, just slip me 300 pesos, which is $15, and let it go. Yeah, and he works for the anti-corruption. This place is wild. It's kind of in the soil, though. This place is.
I'll be honest with
Mesoamerica.
A lot of places, yeah, are like that. Oh yeah,
Germany isn't.
I hear all kinds of things.
Germany is not, dude. Germany is very. No,
the U.S. is not.
It has a little bit, but here it's everywhere, dog. It's everywhere. Yeah. Like for example, if you want to open a business, say you're selling tacos, you have to put in permits. But the permits take 2 years because people here are so afraid to actually do their job, because if they mess up, get the wrong signature, wrong paper, something, they're afraid they'll get fired because it's hard to get a job. So basically nothing ever happens. No one takes responsibility. So for example, when I bought my property, it took literally
so don't do your job to keep it.
Exactly. 90% of the 80%. No, 90% of all businesses here basically depend on the government. So most of the people here, like 60% of the population, work for some government agency in this little town I live in. And the rest of it is like maybe Walmart, you know what I'm saying, or Burger King, which is not part of it. But everything else, whether it be the steel industry or not, there's not an industry, but like a company that sells like construction equipment. And that's all because people make money with the government. So it's connected. You know what I mean? So everyone's afraid of losing their job and no one does anything. It's very common.
That's interesting, man. It's like Wild West only.
Yeah, it literally is. It's the Wild West with tacos and like, you know, like guitars or something. There's
about that action.
It literally reminds me down here in many ways of like 1995 with cell phones, but which has that cool feel to it. There's things about it I really like too. You can like jump in the back of your pickup truck and no one's gonna fuck with you. No helmet, just get in the back of the pickup truck and let's go down the road. You know how many cars I see with no headlights on them, dude? It's like, wow.
Like Florida.
I seen 4 people on a motorcycle the other day. One time I seen 3. One time, yeah, trust me, one person was very on the exhaust was just, you can't tell if the person farted with the exhaust. That's how far they were back. I seen somebody breastfeeding a baby on a motorcycle while in motion. I've seen it all, dude.
I saw some wild stuff when I was in China. Yeah, I saw similar stuff.
You've been to China. Okay.
Yeah, I went to China in August, and I saw like a whole family, little kid like standing on the electric scooter, hanging onto the handlebars, and they're just riding, and all kinds of stuff like that.
I seen a dude riding a motorcycle with a ladder with his head in one of the squares of the ladder, and he's like, "Dude, if you get an accident, you're decapitated." I seen a dude holding a freaking toilet, dude, who bought from the store. The other guy's riding. The other dude's holding the toilet.
They beat China. Yeah, for sure.
They're fucking wild down here, man.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do. But
I
being in China,
I saw 3 big propane tanks on the side of a small electric bike. Like they had to be like 20-gallon propane tanks. That was the most impressive, but nothing like crazy balancing acts. Nothing like that.
Me and my lady went down at the Malecon. Malecon is like the boardwalk area of. I live next on the Atlantic Ocean side on the Gulf of whatever America, whatever, whatever you want to call it. And I still say Mexico because that's when I was born. And so they sell like these like waffle things, and they have the propane tanks too. And this dude just lit. He had the thing. He's making this waffle thing, and all of a sudden, like where the gas fixture comes out that regulates the pressure. Right after that, there was a freaking fire. Just started. I was like, "Oh shit!" I started running. The guy just goes over, like hits it with a towel. Hey, stop! Good, there's no more fire. Puts it out. It's fucking crazy. When it's high tide
you live
here,
outside the U.S., you see some stuff
like
that'll
crap,
shock
dude.
you.
Yeah, because like this city used to be right next to the ocean, but they built this whole like 200-yard space that goes out to the ocean. So it's like reclaimed land, so it's low, and they have really no like they don't have. It's not really. They don't have any like sewage treatment, so the sewage just goes right out into the ocean here. And then when there's high tide, all the pipes back up, so all the restaurants along the area just smell like crap, dude. Like literally, you can't sit in there. It's, I mean, really nice places too. Air conditioning, bar with the fucking all the watching football games and stuff. You can't even go in there. But they'll put a statue up in a second. Some dude throwing a net or some Mexican guy from the past, and they'll put statues up and parks and plaques and big flags and stuff, but they will not run a sewer system. What do I know? Right into the ocean, guys. You have to go south away from the city to go fishing because you ain't eating that.
I was going to say, I'm not swimming out there.
That's Tartaria.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't. I go about 20 minutes away to the south where it's a little cleaner and the sea is still crystal blue, but right in front of the city here, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
oh boy,
darkened quartz.
Right. The most terrifying experience of my life. Like you guys know, I've seen some crazy crap, right?
Yeah.
But the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me is when I had to drive in Costa Rica. Like driving in Latin America ain't no joke. It is terrifying. Oh my gosh. Like I was coming out of the jungle to get into the capital. I can't even remember what the heck it was called, but I remember it's like a 2-lane, like barely paved mountain road. I'm winding. And before it kind of like gets into civilization, this thing opens up to like a 13 to 14 lane like super highway with like tolls and stuff all across there.
Mm.
And there's no lines for the lanes, none. And people just, I'm just like, ah.
Oh yeah.
I had a
Oh,
buddy
yeah.
of mine when he was a kid. He lived in Laos in Africa, in Nigeria, and he said the main thoroughfare is 8 lanes, 8 on one side, 8 on the other. And there's people who try to cross the road and they get hit by a car and they die there in the middle of the road. They get unlived, whatever you want to call it, in the middle of the road. And he said people will not go out there and get them because they'll get hit too. And that's, or like, you know, like he's seen like mob justice where someone did something wrong to a lady and they dragged him out of his little hut or whatever. And they just had one of those big tractor tires and threw him in there and lit something. And just like right there in front of everybody. He's seen that as a kid. And I go, and I said, no wonder you're messed up. He goes, I don't think that has nothing to do with it. I said, you don't? A little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So people always complain about the states too. I mean, like there's a lot of bad things. We can always do better, right? No matter even if we live in a perfect, like, you know, demolition man society, even then you can see all the problems with it, right? You know, saying I'm an Oscar Mayer wiener, eating tofu and shit. Whatever it is, there's always something we can do better. And like, just remember, dude, like what they just said at the CDC, that they never, this is a CDC website. This is not me, not Tom, not conjecture, that they never really did any studies proving that vaccines do not cause.
I just saw that.
Alrighty then. Like, don't cause already then. But now it's put in there that they never really did that. Right. But it still makes me wonder because I don't trust the CDC from the last horse shit. Right. So it makes me go, so we have no footing anymore. All government, like the foundation of what we think that we're watching after each other, or that there's an entity that we vote for and we want to be in power is taking care of us. That is all gone, whether it be the judicial system, whatever, all that's done. It's all done now, which is a good thing, in my opinion.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a great segment to kind of really get back into what we're talking is, you know, cui bono, who benefits, you know, right? Like who is it that holds power by doing this? Who gains power? Who makes money? And it's the same thing with all this Tartaria stuff, man. Like, why?
At the very top, it's not about money at all.
Not anymore. No. Nope. I'm with you, bro.
It's about
at the very top. It's not about. It's about supply.
It's Saturnalia. It's Saturnalia. It's the occult. It's something. Yeah. And that's what got me. Yeah. That's what helped me become religious. Not religious, but a God guy. Because when you look into it and you really go down the rabbit hole, you're just like, yeah, they have more money they can ever. They have all the power they can possibly want. What is it at the end? And it's like, oh, there's something evil. Running shit. So if there's an all-powerful evil, then there has to be an all-powerful good. So the yin and the yang. So I was like, and how does that work? And then you kind of, it's very weird. They all have the same. And they don't have to talk, guys. People think, oh, you know, Davos and whatever these different, like, you know, places they go to and talk. You can't even talk about them. They might shut down your YouTube channel. And if you talk about them, you know, they're out there Moloch. And they're out there, you know, in some forest out there, and you know that's just one of them. Yeah. And you're like, what did they don't even need to do that. Bohemian, or the Bohemian Mountains there in eastern Germany. Yeah,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian's a good beer. Yeah, it's the thing.
Right.
So they don't even need to do that because they have similar interests. More for them, less for you. When I found
they all
out,
hate the same person. You notice that?
What, me?
No, they all hate the same religious figure.
Mm-hmm.
There's one religious figure that they all hate, who was put on a cross. They all hate him. So that led me to be like, if you guys all hate him. I remember.
It's the one that you can joke on. It's the one that you can joke on.
The only one that you're allowed to joke on.
If you joke on one, then you're afraid for your life, possibly. If you joke on the other one, they'll shut you down. especially when it comes to those styles. But you can joke on Buddha. You can say that he's fat.
Yeah.
Right?
That's kind of like a shtick.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not entirely true. But when it comes to Abrahamic, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call Buddha fat. You can do that. No one's going to get all mad at you.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like,
they're going to go, well, according to our beliefs, we can't really say anything about that.
Now, what do you think about this theory, Tom? I have heard a theory
that
fire
away, bud.
the 1,000 years of peace after Christ's crucifixion. I'm sorry, after his return. There's 1,000 years of prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think there was a return? Okay, because historically, supposedly that did happen. Okay, like around 500 AD and whatnot, and then there was 1,000 years of peace, and that's when this Tartarian Empire was. And then around the time of Joan of Arc, okay, yeah, thereabouts, something like that, or was it Joan of Arc? Yeah, I think it was like around the time of Joan of Arc is when it started to like change again, and then the middle to dark ages started, and that's when the shift started, and that's when
when did the dark ages start?
Oh, I
that was
don't
1,000 years
actually
too. That was 1,000 years. The
That's
dark ages
what
was
they're trying to
1,000
say
years.
that this time in history was, though. So the
It'd be
dark
around.
ages might have really been the light ages, where all of these buildings and stuff, where they said the World's Fair, all the Tartaria stuff, that might have been Tartaria's time, and they're really just trying to cap really hard and gaslight everyone into thinking that those were the dark ages, when really that was the most enlightened time in human history.
But it could also mean like
a theory I've heard.
The word dark could also have the double meaning. It could be dark as in like it's evil and messed up and everything like that, but it could also be obscure. You know what I'm saying? Where like it's the hidden
it's lost
years. You know what I mean?
Lost stages or something.
Like,
I have a caveat. I'm
Go
just
for
going to throw this wrench up into the gears now. That is assuming that we did not lose 1,000 years in the calendar manipulation.
So you're saying like from
that too?
So like you mean like the Jewish calendar being 5,000 years old, or what do you mean?
No, like as in they wanted to do like a coronation of like a what was it? Some emperor that was attached to the Holy Roman Empire or whatever, and to make it look better timeline wise of when he came to power, they basically made up 1,000 years of history, and that's why. And that 1,000 years of history is the Dark Ages, and that's why there's like no.
Oh, there's no record of it.
Well, I mean, there's records that are made according to the theory, but like it seems like there's no progress, right? Like you go from like 1,000 years of time, and there is no leap in the technological advances that you can see and measure versus 1,000 years before that, where you can clearly see it. And
yeah, dude, if I had the
1,000 years,
if I had the ability to do anything, people get, what superpower would you want? I would want to be invisible and just go into the catacombs of the Vatican, dude. That's where I want to go. I want to go deep down in there and pull out all those books and just go through and hopefully not, off something, and because of the darkness that's within them, and just know.
That's what I was thinking.
That is, you're right. When you said, I was like, when you said that, dude, I started going to myself like, man, he does make a point.
I'm just saying, it's a theory, but I mean, if you want my personal opinion on it, yes, I 100% think that we are missing about 1,000 years of history.
You have some balls, my friend. You have some cojones. I will give you that.
No, but I'm invisible. They don't know I'm down there. They don't know I know the information.
Even so, just between you and God, you are a brave man.
Well, I mean, okay, if it exists, okay, let's go through the God angle. If it exists, right, and the evil is there to be known, and you get to know it to help his creation because of the evil that has been put there through Satan's hands, then you will be doing his work. You know what I'm saying? If you can help humanity, if you can find out something that creates it would create a prosperity for one person. That would be good. That would be good enough for me, dude. But you might lose your soul in the process, but you have to walk those muddy waters. How are you going to lose your soul if you're already... Okay, never mind.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is...
Ray gave me his side-eye look, dude.
I'm like, yo, man.
Yo, I go deep, man. I go deep. I'm different. I'm a different kind of cat.
No, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah, bro, I like you too, bro. You got a good voice. So you're basically, he was telling me that you want to eventually start your own show.
He's pushing me to. I mean, I never actually said that.
It's peer pressure.
That was part of the push. That was part of the push telling me that you wanted to. All right, okay, Jim. Right.
Nice.
Clever. You gonna do it. You gonna do it. Yeah, you already, dude. Look, you're a beautiful man, and you come and you talk about conspiracies, like you write about it in books. You need to come out and show your face. Get out there. You got a lot to offer the world, bro. Gotta do it.
Mm-hmm. Get that really nice chin line and high cheekbones, dude. It's great. It's great.
Exactly. See.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Well, I do stand up, so I don't know if that plays into any. I just don't try to take it too seriously, man.
The podcast thing, I don't know. It's just I don't. Just doesn't feel like me.
That's fine. That's fine.
I can co-host, I can be a good co-host, but
yeah. I mean, like some of the funniest people in the world for me are like, the co-host or like the third man. Like I'm a big fan of Opie and Anthony, and Jim Norton is one of the darkest but yet funniest fucking guys I've ever heard in my life.
There you go.
The way he says things sometimes, and it's just like these two guys are talking, and he just throws in an uppercut, and I'm in stitches in the corner. So everyone finds their thing, man. It's all about your calling, what you feel that you have to offer, and it's instinctual to you. So if that's not what it is, then it isn't what it is.
Maybe.
I never thought I'd do this. I'd do this. What's up? Hey,
plans.
What's up, brother? Hey, that's goddamn. What is this? What does he call himself? He's the guy with the Dogman story. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, he has a crazy Dogman story that grabbed his wife. Love Ray as a co-host. All right. Yeah, Swamp Dog. Thank you. Yeah. Swamp Dog Overland Adventures. Yeah. We all got introduced to him through Daryl Denton and me reaching out to Daryl Denton, and everyone knows who he is now. That's awesome.
Okay. Hold on. Here we go. I got something here. Womack is sending me a message.
Hello, Matt.
Anyone want to discuss their thoughts in the Age of Disclosure drop?
There's a new book coming out, or a video coming out where Rogan just had a gentleman on, and it's supposedly going to be where they're going to have to step forward and say, yeah, we know. Supposedly. I don't know who the guy was within the last day or two, and I watched like parts of it. You know how to get the little 10-minute segments. Right. And he was talking about the people that step forward and talk to him, and a lot of them are afraid and stuff. So yeah, this disclosure stuff, I think it's weird because Ray, you look like you're at least in your mid 30s, early 40s, right?
Upper 30s, yeah.
Upper 30, right there. I'm 45. So I remember back in the 90s that they would say, yeah, aliens are real. There would be chaos in the street. But now, like, the world is so weird. People are like, yeah, let's watch some more Scooby-Doo, or how did you make those tacos again? It's so that's where we are mentally. We can't even like fathom that in our mind, where we're just like, oh my god, the aliens could be real, and we're too busy trying to pay bills and shit to even think about that. That's mind blowing to me that we can't even do that no more. They got us spinning our wheels so much. They got us on this news cycle so much to keep us within our five senses. Remember that, guys. That's important. They want to keep you in here and out of here. They don't want you here, dude. No, this is the way I talk. They don't want you here, dude. They don't want you to think from here, from this chakra, this area, because that would be empathetic to what they want. So they keep you on these cycles. Oh, he said that, and this party said that, and now I hate this person. This blue-haired chick said this, and fucking crazy, and you're just walking around angry all the time, upset. Everyone's taking some type of pill to calm down because they're so on this conveyor belt of fear. Instead of separating out and knowing that you just need to be one with yourself and God, then everything just kind of goes away a little bit, and then you can say like aliens. That's interesting. let's look into that. And people are just honestly just too busy with everything else to even like get into that. So that's what's the most shocking part to me. It's the aliens are shocking, of course, but right above that is that the people don't care. It's so weird.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it goes back to just like what I said the last time we attempted to cover the subject, the Babylonian money system of control.
Ooh, go ahead, Jim.
You can't go forth and be prosperous if you're just a constant slave to debt. You're trying to make ends meet constantly. I mean,
you want to say something funny, guys, real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's that say?
Guarana? Or Antarctica. Oh.
How do you get that from Antarctica?
I forgot. Anyway, continue.
Go ahead, Jim.
I didn't know they had drinks besides penguin blood. Huh.
It's Brazilian.
What's interesting about that, Jim, just to kind of go tag onto it and you can continue real quick, is like, if you think about, this is the weird thing about it, like debt. The weird thing about this whole debt thing, that every country owes money to somebody or some system. Now, if you look back to Fight Club, and that's probably who it is, but at the same time, it's impossible to pay off the debt because the world GDP won't even come close to touching it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What we produce and make money in a year, we don't make enough money to even pay that off. So if you want to talk about a big rooster suck, there it is for you right there. It really is. It's just the fact that like the stock market is like the whole thing is valued on debt is such a strange concept. I'm sorry, Jim, go for it.
No. I mean, what you're hitting on is fine. I'm just saying, like, you know, I do my best to not come at this from the millennial mindset, you know, like, I'm sorry, I have to show my age to the older folks that view this, but I mean, you just got to understand, like, for like my generation, right? We were born into the prosperity, and we literally saw the promise die before our eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like the generations after us, they're just like, yeah, world sucks, whatever. Let's hang out and have fun. You know, like I admire that about the later generation, Gen Z or whatever, Zoomers or whatever they're called. Like, I admire their spirit and just living in the defeat of it all. You know, like where my generation was just like, we saw it, bro. We saw it, and y'all took it from all of us. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm X, dude. I'm the last. I'm 1980, so I'm X at the beginning of X, whatever. At the end, it was beginning of millennium of X, like right there. And I remember it, dude. Before these, you know, these God forbidden portals that they put in our hands, we were more connected. People say, "Oh, we're connected." Not really, dude. Maybe the people in another part of the world who are connected to another part of the world, but you're not really connected with your community. You're really not. And, you know, I don't see kids outside playing anymore. My dad said, get your ass outside or I'm going to F you up. And you had to go outside. And now people are just fat and pimple laden and wonder why they can't have girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever they're doing. And it's just like, well, you have to go meet people and talk to them. People can't even read facial or body expressions anymore. It's so weird.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm sorry. Is there a pause?
You froze up for like a split second, but you're good.
Oh, okay. I gotta wire this
doing
one
like this. It's because I'm trying to unfreeze your internet like I used to do last time. Of course, you're not lagging nowhere near as bad as you used to.
Yeah, but I'm not plugged in right now. Still got to get the adapter. I got this new computer, but I'm not cabled into the LAN right now. This is all Wi-Fi, and it works pretty well. So, because I had a computer that literally had a disk drive in it. Still, that's how I had a disk drive.
That's what I have.
That's how I built. You still got one of those, dude? Dude, I got a laptop.
I got a laptop with a disk drive.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And I added a microphone and put a camera on top of it, and then like I could only do the show without showing any pictures, and I had to bump down the pixels to make anything work. And now I feel like I got this new Chinese computer. Thank you, China, and it's cheap. And then it was half off that, so I was like, "This is mine." And you got any help? You can't? Okay. Can't open this bag of M&Ms. Yes, there's M&Ms in Mexico, guys.
Yeah.
We are sponsored by M&Ms. I can't even open it myself.
This
We'll do like
episode
this.
brought to you by Mars Chocolate. Mars Chocolate, the planet of the war god. We like our chocolate, and he did too. So yeah,
Mars, get your Mars, Mars.
the chocolate rises to the top.
Like I remember,
Yeah.
for example, like the siloing of information here, man. The siloing of information, because my ex-wife is from Germany. My ex-wife is from Germany. She's half German, half Mexican, right? Mm-hmm. And when that whole September 11th thing happened, she had friends that are American that were calling her to get the news because they wouldn't get the news. They were like, "What are they telling you over there? Because we're getting this. What are you guys getting?" And they would compare and contrast information, and it wasn't correct. It wasn't correct. It's
interesting.
It's what it is. We are under the thumbnail of some type of evil, guys, and it's about time we say that we know it. We know it, and I think they know we know it. But you know, this is what it gets me, bro. There's people who still, after getting to go, yeah, man, that was the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I saved everyone. You know, like, or you know, the people that administered them. You know, still thinking that they're heroes. That's the best part.
I know people. Maybe I can either confirm or deny in a certain part of the world who, because they're working in a medical type situation, had to, and they did. So they knew too, bro. And there's people. There was this guy. That's why you see me on my Facebook. I'm sure Jim sees it. I'll post all these things that I find, and I just write "no chance" because I had a conversation with a guy. He goes, "You don't think that possibly it was like a money grab? At least a money grab. Let's just go for this simple, easy explanation that it's a money grab." Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Yeah, dude, no chance."
Okay. That
right. And then he posted the other day, "I want to go back to the America where things made sense." Right. And it's a picture of Obama, George W. Bush, and Walker Bush with a couple other, like, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, all five in the picture. And like, you want to go back to that world? This is the same person.
That's when the promise died. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was the beginning.
The CIA director, this guy, who probably offed a certain Kennedy, probably, maybe, who knows? YouTube, please do not shock Jim's channel.
Allegedly.
Thank you. Jim, you know what, Jim? Right. You have that whole lawyer lingo that I'm still unaware of.
I try.
And he goes, "I want to go back to this world where things made sense." And because he doesn't like Trump, which whatever, you don't have to like him, but don't say that the world made sense back then either, because it didn't. Yeah. That's how siloed people are in their thoughts. That, like, I saved people. You did? Okay. All-cause mortality went up in 2022 and 23 by an exponential percentage in 2020 when it was ravaging with the original strain. People did, yes, of course. Yeah. But after that, it got worse. How? I'm not a math guy, but no chance? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, I would say there would be extra food to feed
penguins,
less mouths, but then again, they also tried to like kill agriculture, so I guess that really wouldn't work. But
yeah, there's those kind of people like Bill Gates and people like that saying, if you know how evil you got to be to say there's too many people. You know how evil that is,
right?
You know how I used to be like a person who thought that way. Now I go, yeah, you might be right, dude, because you see like the shit in the rivers and stuff like that. But to say that, so how are you going to fix the situation? Well, you never know what kind of diseases come up. What are you talking about, Bill? I'm not you're not a doctor, Bill. Either are you.
Right.
It's insane. You know how dark of a statement that is? That people were just like, yeah. Here's the thing, guys, and people out there watching in Larry Land or wherever you're watching this, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. One happens for you. Okay. Yeah, my friend is right. Yeah. Go ahead. Tell him, Swamp Dog. Tell him. Right? And they want you to feel as if you existing is somehow bad for the place you live in. That's crazy. First of all, I didn't have a choice. Neither did Jim. Neither did Ray. Neither did you guys out there watching. No one asked you if you wanted to work at McDonald's for 60 years and then, croak one night while drinking a Bud Light and watching like Sports Center or something. No one asked you that before you existed. You do. And they want you to feel bad because of that. Oh, yeah, we're bad. I'm not bad. I didn't hurt nobody. Jim didn't hurt nobody. Ray didn't hurt nobody. There's people out there who are bad, but not everybody just for existing. That's insane.
Right. Well, I mean, that in my opinion, my worldview, I mean, that kind of comes back to like the whole reprobate mindset, of things. And like, the forces of evil, we'll just make it not too descriptive, right?
The dark side of the force.
Yes, those guys. Well,
there you go. They're gonna,
sure. We'll go with it.
The Empire.
Unless you think that the Empire did nothing wrong, but that's a whole different. Anyways,
that was good, bro.
Sorry. Anyways, but like you got to think, like, for me, like I'm talking about my worldview on all this, right? Like how demonically oppressed do you got to be to like literally think that it's okay to unalive that many people purposefully?
You're not human.
You're not. You're literally being influenced by the dark side. That's what I'm saying. Like,
gotta be careful when you say that, Ray. That one right there could get him really bumped off. They are. Sorry. Yeah, you got to really think about that, because when you say that is where they really will get you. So we got to find a way. Allegedly with an allegedly. Yeah, right.
There you go.
So, but
you gotta learn how to tap dance, dude. It's so crazy. China has more freedom of speech in some things than we do.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay, maybe.
But we're like the veil, the shell, the shiny shell that America presents, saying that we are a free democracy, and we can't come on here and say what what you were trying to say allegedly. That is the shocking. That is the shocking world in which we live in. Mm-hmm. That right there, that we have to taptoe around and say stupid rhymes and stuff, is the world we live in. And that, to me, is so bothersome. Free speech above all, bro. Yeah. Absolutist. I'm an absolutist.
But that's what I'm saying, like we make the connections, right? We talk about how the dark side influences people, whether you want to say possessed, oppressed, depends on the situation, yada, yada, whatever. But yet when we look at like conspiracy, right, it all links back up into the occult somehow, whether it's like these elites, hanging out in Bohemian Grove or whatever, worshiping some kind of silly owl deity that you can trace back biblically 100%. Like it's not even that hard of math to do. But anyways, I digress. It's all these movers and shakers that are connected, allegedly, that come up with all these conspiracy theories. They all want the same thing. They all want to control and to spread death or unaliving, just like the agents of the dark side. Why? I mean, that's my question.
It's out of control.
Who benefits?
You're asking why, but I don't think that's something that a person born of this planet can really relate to.
Right.
I think you would have to be. I think your value system would have to be from someplace else.
Oh yeah.
Where you don't view the inhabitants of this place as an equal, but rather as something to be used and discarded, like at your leisure.
Bingo. And you know what? And to be fair, like, good job. You did great. Perfect. I'm learning it. I'm learning it. But I mean, but me and Gary talked about this too, right? Like with the elites and where they descend from in the bloodlines and how though their progenitors looked at us. It's all the same. It just carries on the line. It's all connected. All connected. I mean, how many times I got that? It's all connected, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, just remember, guys, that the Nazis didn't lose the war. Germany did. Correct. Think about just remember that too, guys.
Yep.
The antisocial, like the things that's so crazy, the things that they're supposedly like for, like women and all that, and then those spaces are being taken.
Mm.
To use their language. Remember that too. They use words, man. They use words like mansplaining and things like that to make you feel.
Oh yeah.
They changed the meanings of words literally. Look
Oh, yeah.
during the pandemic what an actual vaccine would have used to be in Webster's dictionary to what it is now.
Shoot, you want me to ruffle some feathers? Look at how they changed the definition of fascist. Oh, now all of a sudden it's something right wing, where all throughout history it's been connected in the dictionary to the left up until that definition got changed. What, 4 or 5 years ago? So I remember it happening in the news. So hey, I'm just saying, just saying.
And remember which party was involved in the abolition of slavery. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm not saying I'm either for or against either of them, but just if you want to play the game, if you want to play the black and the white chess and swinging around the board, just try to remember what the board is sitting on and who put the board there. Remember that much about the board sitting, right? But if you're going to play the game, just remember who did what when.
Hey, what up,
where
bud?
does?
Sorry, carry on.
So speaking of going back to Tartaria,
yeah,
this is a chapter. Bro, there's a connection there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's all family stuff, and it's all. If you look at like all the bloodlines of Germany, all those bloodlines went throughout Europe. All of them. Every king and queen of Europe has a German bloodline. Even Windsor, even the House of Windsor.
Yeah.
And remember, Prince Andrew just got kicked out of the family, but he's still living in an estate paid for by the taxes of England, a place where people where people are freezing to death because they can't afford their bills, but yet they can. Never mind.
Meanwhile, okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. It's kind of like in the news.
Yeah. Well, allegedly
in the news. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here with that. Spare me. You don't even have air conditioning in your houses. You use windows. Spare me. I don't care.
Well, you don't need it in Europe, dude. I mean, I didn't have air conditioning in my house in Europe. Never needed it. The walls are
still
2.5 foot thick. I needed heating, but I didn't need air conditioning. I did. You just don't. I lived in Europe.
Yada yada. Same. I guess I'm referring to a heat pump. Sorry, we innovate.
Oh,
we innovate in America and make technology. Technology.
What wizardry are you talking about, Jim?
Yeah. Right. I tell you. Anyways. Well, guys, let's do some closing thoughts on how we want to wrap this up, and then we'll do a giveaway because this is a live stream, and I'll get the wheel set up and ready. So, Ray, closing thoughts, my brother.
Yeah, I think as far as the mud flood goes, I think that was a big crippling blow to the Tartarian Empire. And I think the current powers that be used that event as a way to kind of slither in. And, it's kind of like they took advantage when the current regime was weakened. Yeah, that's something that has always been on my mind, is like, how are things the way they are nowadays? And it's probably because things were not always this way. And, it's like you said before, Tom, the victors write history. And, these guys might have just fallen on hard times, and then, the rest is history.
So I think the best way to summarize what's going on and what I've been talking about is like Tartaria is just a spoke in the wheel of all the things that are going on in the world. And remember, you are more powerful than you think you are. And I don't mean that in an egoistic way. I mean, like, don't point out that someone else's doorstep is dirty before you sweep your own. And if you look within, you will find the power within to be the right person. Okay. It's kind of God-given power. It's what's inside of you to do the right thing. So don't let them get you down. Don't let them keep you within your five senses. Reconnect to everything and everyone, and you will find the real truth of existence. Hopefully, at least partially. I have no idea where I'm going with this. I don't mean what I'm saying, but what I mean in this existence that I find myself in. But I'm definitely enjoying it. And yeah, man. So just don't let them do that to you, and be your own. Be the hero of your own story.
Cool. I'm just gonna say is, basically, don't take our word for it. Go look at it yourself. Please go out and see if we're wrong. I think you're gonna be surprised, because I don't think we are. But ultimately, I'll just throw out the caveat and as a reminder too, is that at the bottom of every single rabbit hole that you go down, doesn't matter what it is, what the flavor is, there's only two things waiting for you at the end. Only two. Good, evil, devil, Jesus. That's just truth. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I just live in the world of where reality is a thing. So, be mindful. Don't get depressed. Don't get black-pilled. There's hope. There's always hope. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming on and doing this. I had a whole lot of fun discussing a topic that I'm not too familiar with, honestly, but it's fun.
Well, I never said I was too familiar with it. I just wanted to talk about it.
That's fair.
Well, you should know it did kind of end with the death of the Romanovs. Like, that's when Tartaria was officially gone and over. Was when Rasputin, conspired to, have the. That was the last royal family of Tartaria, was the Romanovs. Allegedly with an ostrich.
Yeah. All right, so here's the next part that's fun. So I'm gonna turn on music for it. Guys out there in chat land, where's it at? Type 1 in chat if you guys want to be put onto the wheel, and we will do a drawing for a free merch thing. I don't know.
You got to send it down here. It's expensive.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna do that. Oh, yep. Get shit stuff to Mexico.
I gotta send you my book, Tom.
Yeah, I need you to come on my show, brother.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd love to talk to you about the Kandahar thing. I would love to get your story. I would love it.
Yeah.
Let's definitely do that, okay?
Cool. Yep, I'm down.
Yeah. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah. Oh. So when you make a good grilled cheese, how do you do that?
Provolone.
Provolone.
That's the secret. Yeah, provolone cheese.
You got to smash it flat, dog. That's the
secret.
Yeah.
You got to
even butter all the way around and smash it flat at the end, dude.
Yeah.
Oodles and noodles.
A little bit of avocado oil.
Avocado oil. You sure he is?
A little bit of that with the butter.
Is this dude from the blue side? What is this? What is this? Avocado oil. What the?
A little bit. It's good for your skin.
Well, it does have a higher flash point. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, safety purposes. Okay, there you go, Jim.
Yeah.
Coconut oil. Sesame.
Yeah, if you guys want to come, I'm going to just plug my show. Is that okay, Jim?
Yeah, plug your show, man. I'm trying to delete the old stuff.
Go over and check out the Eye of Jupiter. I've had many amazing guests on, Native Americans who go deep into their lore and their folklore about, Bigfoot and
it's called the Eye of Jupiter.
The Eye of Jupiter, yeah, man.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. And don't just subscribe. Go and check it out. Really watch the shows, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun. We this is real serious topics. I've had on Darren, who's over here in the chat tonight, and I've had quite a few people. Swamp Dog come over and talk to me about his stories. Dale Denton, Ron Moorhead, MK Davis, all the big, like researchers into this stuff, amongst many other things. And come check out the Eye of Jupiter podcast. You can also get me on Spotify and all those things. And go ahead and download me and leave me a sub.
Eye of Jupiter.
Yeah, dude. And see what's over there and enjoy it.
Subscribe.
Yeah, if you got a story, contact me through the Eye of Jupiter podcast at gmail.com. Every
There we go.
Friday,
Okay.
live show 6:45 Eastern, and every Tuesday, so in 2 days, I'll be dropping an interesting story from a gentleman who lives right here in Mexico, where he's seen the Hat Man and some other entities from really interesting stories.
Sweet.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Is there anybody else that wants to put their name in the chat? Because I've only got like 2 people right now that want to be on the wheel. I'll send you like a free shirt or a hat. Come on.
Come on down. Be shy.
I don't
Thank
care if
you.
you won before.
Thank you, King Kush 420. What's up, bro? King Kush, I like that name.
There you go.
King wants on? All right.
All right, Jenny's in. King Kush is in too. Cool. Sure, add me. You got to type 1, bro. You got to type 1.
I put him on.
Oh, okay.
But here's the point, guys. So, like, if you win, remember. Oh, Swamp Dog wants on. Remember, you got to hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Tell me what you want, your size, your address, so I know where to send this stuff. So, Swamp Dog, okay.
And sub to this channel too. Sub to the next watch, guys. Growing fast, doing well, kicking a lot of butt. He has a lot of cool stuff coming up, guys. He goes out and actually does like small documentary films about Bigfoot and other things. So go over to his channel, check them out, and you might see something that you haven't seen before.
That reminds me, actually, I was like almost done with editing the second clip last night for the second Enigma. So it'll be Enigma in the Pines. So I am so close to having that drop, and that's going to be a big fun time.
Sounds exciting, dude. Sounds great.
Yeah, man. I'm super stoked about it because I got some neat pictures that came out of that. Y'all going to see some Bigfoot, allegedly. And maybe... Huh?
Said Bigfoot allegedly.
Yeah, I'm
That's
still
funny.
in allegedly mode. But
I see that.
there might even be a canid cryptid showing
cool.
up with a large head as well. So
That's
be on the
interesting.
lookout.
Did you-
Yes.
Did you maybe pause it and circle it so people can see it easier, Jim?
No, but I can. You guys want a red circle?
I'm sorry. I put you on the spot, dude.
I made a screenshot and threw filters of it so that you could like
Okay.
literally see the entire shape and outline of it. So
Okay, that sounds good. I'll still watch it for sure. When it comes out, I'm definitely looking at it, dude. You know how it is.
yes, sir. Let's see here. What else? Let's see here. Next drop for the episode wise. I'm still giving you guys time to press 1 in chat. I'm stalling, so if you guys want on, do it.
Yeah, if you want to get done with this really awful music, please
Hey,
pick one.
I wrote the song.
You wrote this?
Yeah,
You wrote this, or did AI write it?
both.
Just because you push yes and okay, and that you wanted something in 4/4 beat, doesn't mean you wrote it.
I labored over this for an hour, good sir.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's awful to be honest.
You should listen to my music. I actually wrote it, but it's not really good for podcasting. Not to mention, I got to contact YouTube so I can play my own videos, my own music that I
Right.
wrote. It's so crazy.
Really?
All right. So,
Yeah.
anyways, so also, let's see here. The next episode drop is going to be. Thank you, Darren. I appreciate that. Is going to be Dano from the Cryptid podcast, and that's going to be a banger. Oh, I can't wait. And then after that, I'm going to have LA Marzulli on. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Wow,
it's going to
dude.
be awesome. All right. And I'm tired of stalling. So, guys, you ready to spin the wheel?
Spin it, buddy.
Spin the wheel.
All right. So,
Spin it.
spin.
Spinach dip.
And boom, ski. Results. Can you guys see that? That says Darren. Darren. Good
All
news
right.
is I know how to get a hold of you
Congrats.
real easy. So Darren, go to the merch store, find a shirt or a hat or I don't know, a scented candle if you want, and tell me what you want, size wise, and where I'm sending it to, buddy, and we'll get it to you. So appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
thank y'all so much for coming on. And
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
let me find my outro. Where's my outro?
I don't know.
Let me play some more awful music for Tom. All right. So love y'all and thank y'all for hanging out. Tookie. Peace.
Peace.
Right on my heathens, time to break the binding chains in this dark, dark world. Only freedom now remains, breaking all the chains.